Hello, and welcome to Minute Movies. It's just me here this evening. My dad will be a little bit late. He's on his way, though. So welcome to everyone who could make it on this fine evening. We have a wonderful screening for you all tonight. We've got, I think, 8 films. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it's I guess record screening for what we've had recently in terms of submissions. So it'll be a great screening. See what we've all been searching for, what we've found this month. So for anyone who's just joining us for the first time, this is Minute Movies. We every month we make movies about a minute long inspired by a word, and this month the word is search. So it'll be good to see what we've all searched. Let's see. First up, we have Kirk, and I am doing this myself right now, so it'll be a little bit clunky because I only have one screen, so I apologize for that. It's always easier when you have multiple screens to share things out. First up, we have Kirk, and he's not here yet. So we could switch up the order a little bit because Warner is here, and give Kirk a minute to join us. So let's switch up the order. Warner, if you are ready, then we could have you go first, and then Kirk if he shows up, and then Peter Ray is after that. All right, Warner, I am adding you in. Hello.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Yeah, good thing I'm prepared. Got the AV all set, so
Good.
here we go.
Here we go. Do you have anything you want to say before we get started?
Yep, just briefly, a couple of years ago, I presented some footage also on a camping trip. So this is another kind of snippet into that, but this is a little bit more of kind of a cross section, whereas last time I was blowing up my family with drones. So we're going a little bit more subtle this time, but yeah, it's kind of light. Had fun with it though. So,
Whoops.
That's about it.
All right. Let me get this set up over here. Okay.
Out.
Did you throw those wind pants on like the moment you touched down yesterday?
Extremely crucial. Not for sale, Warren. They're not available.
How many times are you going to go to the wash house? Maybe 7?
7 to 15. Very important. Like I might like find a fork that needs to be washed.
You know if those guys are able to find the cables? I think there were power cables for which they were searching.
We have a lot of cables. We have to be much more specific.
They were saying that one of their gaming consoles was running out of juice.
So a year ago we did not have power. So I think I was starting the car and letting them sit in the car.
I remember that. There wasn't an actual power jack at the campsite.
Yeah. The advantage of that is it's silence and it's half empty.
Excellent.
Awesome. searching for those power cables.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought it was kind of fun to show some footage of Upper Michigan too, not too far from I think where you are. So
Yeah, those dunes are cool. I've never been there.
yeah, if you ever get a chance, there's a bunch of state parks that go right along the coastline there of Michigan, so it's worth checking out. And this particular campground is a huge one. It's a national forest, the Sleeping Bear Dunes. So um, had a lot of fun with the footage, and I was going to focus a lot on the power cord charging, and then I thought I would just kind of ease off on that and just kind of present it as part of the story. So because I thought that would be a little bit easier to reflect that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that where it was more of, a camping trip and then the power cords were part of it. The devices, everyone sitting on their phones was part of it, but it wasn't the whole trip, which I'm sure
bingo,
reflected the reality.
bingo. I almost went there because I had a lot of clips of them talking about navigating, discussing, and how are they going to get this set up and why isn't their phone, and hey, the Apple Watch isn't clicked up. This is a 10-year-old kid. But then I thought, let's just make it part of the scene because indeed these kids enjoyed nature as well. And my brother and I put them to work, of course. So yeah, so that was kind of the idea with it. I wanted to kind of just show that, it's going to be part of, any camping gig now. And as a parent, how does one navigate that? So it, kind of touched on that, but not being too kind of in your face about it. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's it. But I actually did some extra dubbing so you could hear my brother's wind pants, which are kind of a pivotal part of the trip. So he literally breaks those out the second he arrives. So yeah. But anyway, had fun. Had fun with it. So that's
Yeah.
it. I'll be brief so we can get through all the screenings. But thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We had a quick comment from Tom. Nice to see the great outdoors.
Cheers. Yeah, the dunes again. If anyone's nearby, or if you ever get a chance, they're beautiful all along Michigan. There, great hikes, really nice campsites. The farther you go north, but it's amazing how quickly they book up. But so
yeah, have to check it out one day. Well, thanks, Warner.
Yeah, thanks.
Good to see you.
You too, guys.
Alrighty. Next up, we have Kirk's film. And let me just make sure it's queued up before I switch over. I know when I switch over, you can see the endless mirrors, of my screen sharing itself all the way down. So I'm going to add you in, Kirk, here. Here we go. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
I see you are out in the great outdoors while you join us here.
Yeah, I am. It's, yeah, I'm sure hear the rain in the background.
Yeah, a little bit. I wish we could get some rain over here. It's been so dry in the Midwest lately. But how's your weekend going?
Oh, it's going well. Yeah. Let's see here. So, attended a wedding yesterday, which good wedding.
Fun.
From church, and then today church.
A wholesome weekend.
Yeah. Trying to think of what I want to say about my film. I kind of went sort of an interesting direction with Surge. But I think it'll probably be easier to explain after it's actually been played through. But kind of a little bit of a different direction with it. And then there were some technical challenges that I had, in particular with the first scene. But I think that it turned out pretty decently.
All right. Well, let's check it out.
Cool.
What happened?
It was all my fault.
That's it? It's just your fault?
I thought you didn't like excuses.
Excuses, no. But when you screw up, it's my job to make sure you don't do it again.
It won't happen again.
I'm afraid you're right. It won't happen again.
Sounds ominous.
I've always considered you to be a friend, Fletcher. Don't think this was easy for me. You were complaining about the coffee earlier. There's only so much even coffee can do to hide a lethal dose of cyanide. Don't be vengeful, Fletcher. It's an ugly trait.
This had best be particularly good. What's this? What am I supposed to do with this?
That's a list of our operatives that have been killed in the last hour.
This is like 15 people. What the hell happened?
Fletcher happened. And what's worse is he managed to get a call out. Witnesses said they heard him say one word and destroy the phone. Rosebud.
Do we have any idea what Rosebud means?
We have a guess and it's not good. We believe it's a reference to the movie Citizen Kane. Something about what the character says right before he dies. Our assumption is Fletcher had arranged to have damning evidence released against the organization in the event of his death.
And where is Fletcher now? Or do you people know?
He's dead. He succumbed to the cyanide.
That's impossible. There was no cyanide. It's just a mild throat irritant in his coffee. It's just a loyalty test.
Well, I suppose he failed that.
Nice.
Yeah, so when I heard search, the thing that came to mind is search and you will find. And the direction I went with that was I was kind of trying to think of a scenario where somebody would be given a premise and then find all the evidence, find a ton of evidence to support that premise to the point where they're utterly convinced of it, when in fact the premise is false. And so in this case, a man that is told that he's been poisoned with cyanide, when in reality he has not been. And then in addition to that, there's the element of this, my character trying to establish whether or not this person is going to be loyal to the organization unto death or not. And so searching for that answer.
Well, I completely forgot the question I was going to ask.
But it was funny because I recorded the first scene in a hotel lobby area. Actually, the Hotel 116, which adjoins with Woods Coffee in Bellevue, if anybody's familiar with that location. And I picked the location without realizing how loud the music was there.
Oh, sure.
It was really overpowering. And it wasn't like other times I've been there where it's just kind of random, kind of filler music. It was Shania Twain and Boy George and a whole bunch of stuff that just was not going to, fit with the mood of the piece. And so Lauren, my brother-in-law, who played the Man Who's Poisoned, and I actually overdubbed all the audio.
Oh wow!
So that was all dubbed. And
Yeah, I
then in
can't
the
really
second,
tell that there was problems with the audio there.
yeah. And then in the second scene, we had all that road noise that made it kind of difficult to hear, but I think was able to make it out at least.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Dad.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm late. I was just at a party, so we had a garden party of my culinary chef friend graduated.
Cool.
Same degree that Sister Sarah has, actually. Yeah, same school. So yeah, I was just kind of hearing a little bit of. Obviously, I just got here, so I didn't see your film, but sounds like an interesting premise. The little bit that I heard about somebody being poisoned and didn't think they were, or didn't know.
The other way around.
Opposite. They thought
I'm
they
They're
were.
told that they've been poisoned.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
They were told. So
So did they? Do you know what they like ended up dying of, or was it?
Well, so I kind of intentionally left it vague. As far as what was going on in my mind, there's a story that I've heard, and I can't really back up how accurate the story is, but I've heard it from multiple sources about a guy that was locked into a refrigerator unit and froze to death. But when the authorities unlocked the unit, they found that it hadn't actually been turned on. And the guy basically died from an advanced case of, placebo effect.
Wow.
And so
I was.
And so that's kind of what I had in mind going with it. And, so again, to that kind of theme of believing in a premise so deeply because you found evidence to support it. When in reality, it's you just found what you were looking for.
It reminds me of this story that I read. Robert Louis Stevenson had tuberculosis, went to the South Pacific, wrote a book about his experiences there. It was like documentary. And the people there were, in the South Pacific, the resources are scarce. And so the people like the shaman and the chief of the tribe will kind of get together and like say, the bluefish is really getting out fished. So we should place a taboo on bluefish. So like people used to eat it and fish it, but now there's a taboo. And so apparently it was like such a strong belief system that somebody could come over to your house and you could serve them and be happily eat dinner and everything. And then upon leaving, you'd say, oh yeah, I'm so glad you enjoyed the bluefish. And they'd be like, oh, what? Oh my God. And they literally go home and die because of the taboo. So yeah, belief systems can be pretty strong in that way.
Yeah. So that was that's very much in line with what I had in mind. Again, sort of a little bit of a different take on search.
Yeah. I like that. I like that idea of search and you will find applied that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jeff also said, like, the direction you went And Kirk, I like the way you played the character, deadpan, matter-of-fact villain.
Well, thank you.
And we had a comment from Tom that said, intense, well acted. And I like the low shots in the restaurant.
Yeah, so I didn't actually have permission to film at any location. And so I was trying to keep it pretty low key everywhere I was. At the hotel, it's a part of the hotel where there really just aren't any authority figures there. It's really just students that are, studying for the most part.
Okay.
And so I figured that would probably be pretty safe. And yeah, nobody really cared.
No one said anything.
Yeah, at the restaurant, that was just me and Philip, the guy that played the messenger. We just ordered some stuff, and then as soon as the food came, I set up my phone, and he walked up, whispered in my ear, and stepped aside. And then that was the extent of it in the restaurant.
But you're just using your phone anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not like you're
And
Hollywood
then,
coming in with lights and cameras and
Yeah.
I bet people are used to seeing
clapperboards
people,
and everything.
yeah. But I bet like locations are used to seeing people film on their phone with the proliferation of social media and everyone posting
Exactly.
TikToks of themselves doing all sorts of things. And
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it ended up being a non-event.
Cool.
cool. Well, thank you so much, Kirk.
Thank
It's great
you.
to have you. We'll see you again next time.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you. See ya. Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Better late than never, right?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Fancy party at a big Tudor mansion, around Capitol Hill.
So fancy.
Fancy.
You even got your party coat on.
I know. Like first chance I had to wear this.
Well, shall we bring in our next guest?
Yeah.
All right, we've got Pete, and then Tom is after.
What about Warner?
He went first.
Oh, okay. Not on my list. But okay.
Well, Warner was here and Kirk wasn't yet, and so we went Warner first and then Kirk.
Okay.
Got to keep up.
Well, I just got here, so I'm trying to keep up.
All right, Pete, I'm adding you in. Hello.
Hi there.
Hey, Pete.
Does the phone work or the mic, everything working?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can hear you. We can see you.
It's all in sync.
My computer was saying that the signal was bad, and so I'm on my phone instead.
Oh, that's why you look a little different today.
Yes, I do have the lights on.
You do. I know. That's so. It's thrilling. I know. I just realized when I turned on my computer, I was like, didn't have time to get the damn lights out again. But maybe next time.
We have a floral jacket on, so that makes up for it.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do it in between. So, welcome. What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't know.
How about your film?
My film is a part of this project that I'm working on for actually the next art walk on the island. I have secured the training center for the fire department, and I will be displaying 360 pictures of cigarette butts.
Interesting.
Okay.
Um,
360.
it started about a year and a half ago. I started walking to sort of walk off the slothdom of COVID lockdown, and I was just walking island roads and looking around, and then I started watching the edge of the highway or edge of the road, and everywhere I went, there were cigarette butts. And this was like a year ago, February. And so it was winter and things were wet, but pretty much most of the butts were like sitting in grass. And I sort of projected that ahead to August, September, when everything's bone dry around here, and started thinking about the potential for wildfires.
Yeah,
And,
that's terrifying on the island, right? Because like,
yeah, I mean, we do have a good fire department out here, but I mean, if it started going, like a week and a half ago, we had those really high north winds that were pretty strong.
Yeah.
And it's a fire and strong winds and dry fuel.
Yeah.
The result is wildfire. And so I started doing this sort of informal survey where I would go out on the highway and I picked a 1/3 mile section, and once a week I would go out with my salad tongs and a Ziploc bag, and I have this I have it here, yes, my little waterproof underwater camera that has a really cool, like, you can like photograph like this.
Oh wow.
And so I would do this third of a mile and find a butt, photograph it in place, and then stick it in a Ziploc bag. And so I've been doing that, like I said, mostly for about a year and a half. I was, away for a month with my reunion last year, and there have been a couple other times when I've been away. And there have been other things like the highway department sometimes sweeps the highway, and sometimes they do it at an inopportune time for my my database. And all the cigarette butts get swept up, and it kind of screws up my count. But I mean, it's non-scientific, it's informal. But anyway, I totaled it up last night, and over that year and a half, for that third of a mile, I've picked up 921 cigarette butts.
Wow.
And I've done on and off some video. I did a different section of the highway and walked along with the video camera. And every time I saw one, I just zoom in on it and then kept walking. And I think that wound up being, I don't know, 20 or 25 cigarette butts over like a half a mile. And generally, I don't know what it was today, but it was up. I haven't processed the images yet. It's usually between about 10 and 20 cigarette butts over a third of a mile.
Wow.
And
like every day?
No, I just do it on once a week.
Oh, okay.
And so it's a cumulative thing of 1 week's worth of. It's mostly people throwing stuff out of their cars,
Yeah.
as far as I know.
Curious, is it the same? Can you tell is it the same brand? Is it like one person doing most of it, or
No, it's
Them DNA tested for
well, you know,
Lyme residue.
I have all of them. I have all of them in Ziploc bags, and well, the other part to this is there's
it's like
there's
a Black Mirror episode where you track down the perpetrators and go and
well, you know, I talk to people about this, and they go, "Well, who still smokes on Vashon?" And
yeah, well,
when I was riding my bike a lot, I would be riding along, and a car would pass me, and you'd first smell the exhaust, and then if somebody was smoking in the car, you'd get the whiff of cigarette smoke that was coming out the window or coming out the vents. And it surprised me how many cars going by actually had cigarette smoke attached to it. But you know, I've thought about in terms of enforcement. There is an RCW, an actual law.
Yeah.
That cigarettes are considered hazardous litter, and it's a $1,025 fine for if you're caught. And I've thought about saying, you know, well, if you're a smoker, I have all the cigarette butts, and we can do a DNA test, and we'll see.
Beware.
Well, and the other part of that is, you know, I was talking with another friend of mine, and you know, if all of these wound up in chargeable fines with people, that would be $1 million.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I mean, it's a worldwide problem. And
yeah, for sure.
When I was doing the trip across country last June, you know, I remember specifically doing a lot of walking around Wilmington, North Carolina, and God, everywhere I went there were cigarette butts all over the place. And a friend of mine who was associated with one of the environmental groups on the island said her husband had just been in Paris a couple weeks ago, and there was a report about how, excuse me, about how they wash the streets down every night, and there's an estimate that 35,000 cigarette butts get washed into the Seine every evening.
Oh wow!
That's so many.
Wow. Into the river.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mentioned it in the film, but it was a fact that kind of blew me away, because we sort of think of smoking as something that's kind of going away.
Yeah.
But the tobacco companies produce 6 trillion cigarettes a year. And it's estimated that 4.5 trillion wind up somewhere in the waste stream.
Wow.
And so it's, you know, you start figuring in the population and population growth, and even though smoking is sort of waning, it's still a ton of stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
And it's been out there for, you know, all these years.
Yeah.
That's the filters that are the thing that persist, right, in the environment.
Well, it's microplastics, and there's toxins in that. And I don't know. I mean, this is it was sort of just a curiosity that it started out as. And
Now
it's-
look where it took you.
right.
Well, shall we watch it?
Sure.
See what this curiosity looks like?
Yeah.
All right. Again, pardon the clunky transition, but here we go.
In January of 2022, I decided to get off my COVID lockdown butt and start walking. And as I walked, I looked around and I also looked down. And the more I looked down along the roads, the more butts I saw. So I decided to do an informal survey of a third of a mile stretch of Vashon Highway with salad tongs, a Ziploc bag, and a camera. The more butts I found, the more concerned I became about the potential for wildfire with our tender, dry summers and falls. And as I read about butt litter, I soon learned that fire is just one concern. Worldwide, 6 trillion cigarettes are produced every year, and an estimated 4.5 trillion end up somewhere in the waste stream. Someday, my butt search will hopefully be futile. Remember, nobody wants to see your butt.
Nice little segment. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff asked if there's a link for the art walk.
Well, it's July 7th. Sorry. Losing my voice here. July 7th. It's the first Friday of every month. And it's going to be in the Penny Farsi Training Center, which is right across from the firehouse. I don't have a time yet. I've asked them about, I don't know why my voice is going. It's probably like 6 to 9, 5 to 9. If you get to the middle of Vashon, the only 4-way flashing light, you take a right there, and it's about 2 blocks west. And I'm hoping to have a couple different island environmental groups there to talk about. I've found out that there's a company in Arizona that recycles cigarette butts for free, and you package them up and send them to them, and they recycle the whatever tobacco's left over. They recycle the plastics. I don't know what they use it for, but they're kind of an overall recycling operation. They do a lot of different things.
Interesting.
That's cool. Wow.
And it's only going to be one day. The fire department has only allowed me that Friday to be in their training center. I was trying to get in a couple of the different art studios, show places, and none of them really wanted to do it. But I kind of thought that the association with the fire department was important because of the potential for wildfire.
Yeah.
I
mean, I've driven by fires in Washington that were started from cigarette butts. like a grass fire on the side of the highway, and
Yeah. Well, a
Hmm.
couple of times going to Burning Man, we drove through fires. I don't know necessarily. I think one of them actually started from an RV that caught on fire
oh my
because
god,
there was a big husk of an RV and then black everything beyond it.
Hmm.
But on the other night on Cairo, they were talking about the early fire season we were having here, and the first clip that they showed from the sky was right next to a highway, and it was fairly obvious that um, I'm pretty sure it had to have been a cigarette butt thrown out of a car.
Hmm.
But you can see that along a lot of the highways around. I mean, if there's just a little burn scar that's right next to the road, there's probably a really good chance that it was just somebody throwing a cigarette butt out of a car.
yeah.
Hmm.
Or trailer chains. Oh, those like safety chains on trailers can spark
Yeah,
house fires too.
and also
Hmm.
there's
Really?
the
Yeah.
catalytic converters and stuff on cars. If you drive into a field after you've been driving for a while, they're really hot, and
Mm.
that can catch grass on fire. Of course, that'll
Uh,
also catch your car on fire. Um,
huh.
um,
Yeah.
anyway,
We had
Interesting project.
yeah, it is.
well, the
Warner
other
says
part,
mind-boggling butts.
Mind-boggling butts. Yeah.
Mind-boggling butts. And Jeff says, laughed at the title. The buzz goes away quickly.
yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, I was kind of intending that, but it was can't remember what I was going to say. Well, I know it was. I wrote the script a couple days ago, and then I went to edit yesterday, thinking that I was going to have to go out and grab some more video to supplement what I'd written, and everything there I'd shot last year, and it just happened to work perfectly with what I'd written. So anyway, a little bit of kind of synchronicity kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Sometimes it works that way.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Pete. It was
Sure. Thank you.
great to have you as always.
Yeah. Fun to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Okay.
Alrighty. And
Wow.
next up, we have Tom and then Eric. If you're around, you're after Tom. And his is pretty short, so feel free to log in. And then Jeff, you're after that. All right, Tom, I'm bringing you in.
You hear me?
Hello.
Hello,
Tom.
can you hear me?
Yep, we
Yep.
can hear you.
So I have a special treat. This is the #1 contender for the worst movie ever made for Minute Movies.
Oh.
I'm expecting a lot of support out there. So this is my first.
We've had some pretty crappy films, so
I know.
We're always on the search for search for words.
So this is my first attempt to edit video with a 360 camera.
Oh.
So so this is a Insta360 camera. If anybody's interested in talking to me about it, you can contact me offline. But so for one thing, it doesn't do very well in low lighting. And of course I filmed really low lighting. And I didn't know how to edit, and I had a lens cap on one side and not the other, and so you see this line going down the middle. And what other mistakes did I make? Anyway, that's this was an experiment. Just put together some footage that seemed to reflect the theme for this month.
Well, I don't know how 360 it can be. It might just be the one viewpoint that is sent to me.
Well, that's the one.
Because I think maybe that's why the file, because there was one file you sent me that I couldn't get to work.
Yes.
And so you sent me this other file. And so maybe we'll see.
That didn't. Yeah, this is not. This is not rendered in 360. It's rendered in regular. So what happens is you film in 360, and then you could show in 360. Like for instance, if you wanted to show a house for sale, and you go into the house, and then the person can scroll around and look at the house. But you can also take the 360 footage and just focus on the parts you want. So, for instance, you're in a restaurant, you're filming everything in the restaurant, but then in editing, you say, okay, I want to focus on this character and have the movie about that character. So that's what I did. I filmed 360, and then I focused in on this one character. So, and then I rendered it. You render it in the 360 editing software, but then you have to take it into, I use Cyberlink, but you have to take it into a regular editing to add the titles and to add the music and to, change things around if you want to. So there's an extra step. There's a learning curve, which I am at the very low end of, which you'll see when you view this.
Well, there's always a place to learn new things.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting for a person like me who likes to film things and not necessarily have the people be conscious that they're being filmed. So they can know they're being filmed, but when the camera is just sort of sitting off to the side, it doesn't register for most people, so they can act more natural. And then you can take that, and like I said, you could concentrate on one person, or you could, do whatever you want with that footage. So that's one of the great advantages. Or if you're outside, say at a crowd scene, and if you were using a regular camera or your phone, you'd have to be like moving around to try to get whatever you think at the moment, usually on the spur of the moment, that you think is going to be valuable, while you're missing other stuff that's going on. So the 360 camera allows you to get everything, but then you have to spend more time in editing to pull out what you really, feel is important.
Sure. All right. Well, let's see what you pulled out for us to watch.
Okay, get your ballots ready.
All right. Here we go.
The skies.
It wasn't that short.
So what happened?
Was it supposed to be longer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's about a minute and 20 seconds long. That's all that plays.
Yeah, what I have, it says it's 12 seconds long. Let me double check the Dropbox file.
looked good so far. I thought it was all right.
It did.
Yeah, definitely not the worst film we've had
I
so far, unless
I
it
was
gets
also,
unless it gets dramatically worse. But no, it looked good. The first part looked great. It was like, wow, that's a nice place to be in the swimming pool.
I was also I bought a new light. It's one of these about 2 foot long neon lights that runs on batteries that you can change the colors of.
Oh yeah.
So I had that out there also, sort of augmenting the natural light around the swimming pool.
Okay.
So uh, so it looks like you won't be able to see the dramatic ending.
No, so the file in Dropbox is only 12 seconds long. And then I don't know how to play a PDS file. If anyone else knows what software to use to play PDS.
That's a CyberLink power director, and I've never had that problem before, but they upgraded recently. So, is there? So we can just stop then, and But if I can get it, is there time if I send you another file?
Yeah, we have another few films, so if you can send me another file that's the full length, then I'll try to download it.
Okay. Just to take a second here, in case I don't get back with you, I have a gimbal, a camera gimbal that I'm giving away. It's a really nice one. It's about 3 years old. It works really well. I'm sorry. Here. So if anybody's interested, contact me. I'll be back in Seattle July 3rd. And if somebody's interested, I'll bring this back from Thailand. So I'll continue watching and see if I can get mine up for you. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
See ya.
All right, see you next time.
Oh, that's too bad. Hopefully he'll get it up and we can see the dramatic ending that we missed.
Yeah, hopefully it works. It was.
That's a cool camera gimbal.
Yeah.
He's giving away.
Yeah. Could be quite useful for someone.
I know, right?
All right, so Eric is up next, and I still don't see him down below, so I guess we'll play his film, and then Jeff, you are after that. All right, here we go.
Hello? You're late. Hey, what's the last digits? Hurry, my phone is about to die. Who are you talking about? Hello?
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it was really good. It's really well done, put together. Yeah, Jeff. I agree with Jeff. This is very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed a little dark on my end, but so I couldn't see everything. But
It was a little bit dark in some of the shots. Yeah, Tom says powerful and without much dialogue.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like kind of, especially with the music, it was very suspenseful.
Right. And I'm honestly not sure what was going on. You know?
I feel like he was trying to meet up with someone, but there was that other guy who was like watching him who seemed to be up to no good.
Yeah.
Then he had a time limit. And
then I wonder where
the audio track helped create a sense of urgency, says Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did make you feel like kind of anxious, like he was.
Something was about to.
Yeah, something was about to go down, and he was late, and that was a problem.
Yeah, yeah. He was in trouble.
Yeah.
But where's that? Where was that? That's not Seattle, right?
No. I mean, the subway seemed like New York.
Yeah. The sign that said Subway, you know.
Sign that said Subway when he like ran down those stairs looked like New York.
Seemed like a New York location. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, New York City. Yeah, I liked all their extra shots, you know, the ambience and the scenes of the different people and
yeah. I thought that was a good use of, because in the credits it said where the like stock footage came from. I thought that was a very good use of, like, you couldn't tell what was necessarily stock footage and what they had filmed.
Okay.
You know, so were those guys playing chess? Was that stock footage? Was that filmed? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
What was what? Yeah. It was well put together.
Yeah.
Too bad Eric couldn't make it tonight.
No.
Oh.
Good to hear a little bit about, you know, his
about
thoughts.
his process. Yeah.
Yeah. And meaning. Search for the meaning of the film. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Cool. All right.
Is Jeff up then?
Well, Jeff is up, and then it's my film, and then my husband Colin made a film too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a first, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think he's been in mine, but this is the first time he's made his own.
First time I ever saw Colin was just his wheel. Didn't even know who he was. They're always being very coy about it.
Sneaky. Just one of my friends.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, I'm going to bring you in. Hello.
Good evening. Stuart was wearing his fedora. I tried to pull mine out, but his looks better on him than mine does on me.
Oh, yours look pretty rad.
Well, okay, then we'll stick it.
You need to get your hair out and be like.
I'm going to get cut in another month. It's been 2 years, so. But anyway, it was from.
You need to let your hair fly and be like Johnny Winter.
Well, wait, you know. Okay, you asked for it, buddy. You asked for it.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's the look.
Anyway. Hello. So you might be able to tell from the piece that I really didn't have a script, and so like when Peter mentioned he wrote his script like a couple of days ago. I didn't even write a script on this one. This is really just as close as I've gotten to just making it up as I go along. I had a basic idea of things I wanted to try with certain video I had on my box. And when that didn't work, I had to fill the time with something else. So it was fun, and hope it works.
All right. Let's check it out.
Okay, where is my script? Not there. Nope. 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 Where did I put it? Time to go track it down. Is that it? No, it's not. Well, doesn't look like it's out there. Time to go start again. It was a dark and stormy night. It'll work.
That was fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I love that.
Is
The
there
reference
some-
to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yellow Submarine. Yeah, that was a good song.
Well, yeah, and also you see that gag used a lot, going back and forth between Abbott and Costello meet Dracula. That's in that movie too, or Abbott and Costello meet the Frankenstein, or Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein and Dracula. That gag is in there somewhere, and that's a piece of art from my brother Mark, and so that was fun to work with. That was really what I built the whole thing on. Is just what excuse can I have to have the character go through these different doors? And
nice.
So and I really didn't have a script because I had.
We had to go searching for it.
I had to go searching for it. No wonder you're in charge of all this. I mean, it really was just a matter of trying to. I thought, like, I have this video that I've shot here or whatever. How can I use this? And a lot of times, once I got down to trying to add the bits and pieces, it didn't do what I was hoping because cell phone video is just terrible. And I can't keep a steady shot on a cell phone. So, but it was fun.
Yeah,
and
it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch too.
That was the whole idea.
So Nosebomb's a smoker, is he?
Well, you've never seen him take a drag.
Oh, okay.
He just carries. It's
He just
I
carries it
actually in the video, if you look, the shot of him, the long shot of Nosebomb. Some of the shots that didn't work were much closer video. That's down Red Rocks, just outside of Las Vegas. And I shot a lot of video there, and I was hoping to be able to put some of it through After Effects and do the thing where you can put a video and it tracks nicely. And I'm such cell phone video is just So it really was just making it up. It was a lot of fun, but
Okay.
and that was part of the challenge because I spent hours on trying to get this to work and go, it's just not going to do it. So
Huh.
what can I do real quickly because I'm running out of time?
Yeah. Well, Tom says, wow, your animations have really evolved. Good joke at the end.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, even I think just watching him walk across the scene, look, he looks so much more part of the environment that he's walking through.
yeah, a lot of it is now that I'm because the program sort of has default settings, and I was just happy at first just to get it to work, but now I'm sort of going in and just dropping certain parameters just from 70 to 65% and seeing what that difference does. So I like that. That was really where I spent the time on this time. Obviously, it was not the script, but it was just trying to figure out new ways to tweak.
Yeah. It's fun watching what you do with the character and what you learn how to do and figure out, and then also the scripts that you write or don't write.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. Warner says, enjoyed the typewriter segment and its audio.
Oh, that was so fun because that was in the animation program you can put keystrokes that will trigger actions. So literally on the Q and the P is the left arm and the right arm during the typing setting. I'm just
fun.
That's one of the things I finally figured out a way to actually do that kind of sound effect kind
Nice.
of live, and it works because I'm not showing the fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun piece.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy the quick shot of our former president's bathroom.
Oh, good.
Storage unit.
My script wasn't there.
There was a bunch in there, but not your script.
Not that one, yeah. Thank you for catching that. I like it.
All right. Well, thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Bye-bye. Cool.
Alrighty.
Righty.
Well, I guess next up is my film.
Your film.
And yeah, it was filming it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. We were on a walk and found exciting things on our walk, and so I decided to start filming just with my phone that was in my pocket and make a little minute movie. So
cool.
Let's watch it.
Let's watch it.
Ooh. Look at these Beauties. The golden oyster. And that is truly a golden oyster.
Nice. Nice. Did you eat those?
We did eat those.
They look really tasty.
They were. Yeah, we were just on a walk and found those mushrooms on the side. And so I filmed Colin harvesting them and then filmed some footage of him searching. We had found it because I was like, well, I can't just have you finding them. We need to have you looking for them.
Nice.
But then what was funny was as he was searching, he found morels.
Oh.
But they were super old, so they weren't really edible, and they didn't look very good.
Okay.
But they were gigantic, like
wow,
as big as my head.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really? Crazy.
So.
And that's on your property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well, now we know where to look
for
next
morels
year. It's kind of past morel season,
Wow.
but we know where to find them for next year.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And there's so many oyster mushrooms out there, just like everywhere.
Wow.
Good. Yeah. So we actually found some in a different area on a different day and like harvested so many that we couldn't eat them all. So we tried dehydrating them.
Yeah.
So now we need to experiment with rehydrating the dehydrated mushrooms.
Yeah. That should work all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had I've bought dehydrated mushrooms at the store and then they work good in like sauces and things.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Sauce or soup or something.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom said rehydrate in soup.
Yep.
Have to, experiment. Maybe try some soup this summer and then when there's more mushrooms in the fall.
Nice.
Get a bunch more and then dehydrate for the winter. Yeah.
Hmm.
The ambient sound was just, there's so many birds out there. It's amazing.
Oh, I know.
It was just the bird sound. All right. Well, are we ready for Colin's film?
Yeah, we're ready for Colin's film.
All right.
Colin gonna come on board.
Colin's gonna come on board. Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Colin.
Hey, Stuart.
Some good mushrooms that you found.
They were tasty, like Sarah said.
Yeah. Sweet.
We're hoping for some rain so more come up.
It's been raining here. It was torrential rain on Friday night, and that's raining today a bit.
Wow. Yeah, Kirk was outside and you could hear the rain in the background of him.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, you could. Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely need rain out here. It's been so dry.
Well, maybe it'll make its way over there.
Hopefully. Hopefully it'll make its way into Canada and put out some of those fires.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We've had like hazy skies for weeks from those fires. Well, Colin, is there anything you would like to say about your film?
No, I guess Sarah always tells me what the word is of the month, and I always think, what am I maybe gonna make? And so finally, I was actually inspired to follow through. So just kick it off, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Here we go.
Wow, that was incredible. That's
Thank you.
Yeah, that was. I've never seen an image like that, or how it's harvested. It was so cool. I loved it when you flipped it over and it looks like a mountain range.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really pretty. Yeah.
They're pretty majestic creatures. They can really build amazing structures.
Huh.
Yeah, and that was just like free. The bees were building their own comb because they didn't have like structure to them, right?
Yeah, so that's what we call free comb, which is when they just go free form and do their natural thing. A lot of the times we put a foundation in to give them a template to go after, which still follows their natural building style.
Yeah.
But we primarily keep bees for the honey, and so it's a lot easier when they're building off that template rather than going free comb. So they've been very productive this year, and I had to do a little destruction to help them organize themselves, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But also, it's pretty cool just to take some of that free comb, and you can use it for a ton of different things, and it's beautiful.
What are some of the things you use it for?
Candle wax, you can add it to oils for like woodworking finishes. You can put it in honey to make kind of like add some pizzazz to your honeycomb or your honey. Yeah.
Could make a salve or a lip balm with it too.
Yeah, a lot of natural kind of ointments and skincare products.
Cool. That's cool. just remember, I think I was like reading something recently about the structure of the honeycomb, that the six-sided had something to do with the frequency of their the buzzing noise of their wings that helped to establish the hexagonal pattern of their combs.
Oh.
And it was like a cymatics kind of thing that had to do with sound pressures and the harmonics and that caused the six-sided.
I can imagine that, because when you open up a hive, it's often very, very loud. Bees make a bunch of noise, so I'd imagine they'd have some technique to dampen that inside their home.
And there's a really healing property to that frequency, so beekeepers actually have a lot of health related benefits because of the that frequency of the bee's wings. Is a lot of benefits to that. Yeah. Interestingly.
Maybe all of your ills will be cured.
Or at least soothed with the balm of the beeswax. Yeah. So Jeff was curious about what was the real time of harvesting?
So that probably took 5 to 10 minutes, maybe, probably closer to 5 minutes.
Okay.
It was just a time lapse or a hyperlapse, I guess my Android calls it that, on my phone.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to film like the whole process of harvesting and processing honey, and like spinning the frames and
the sticky parts.
Sticky parts.
Sticky parts.
Yeah.
Huh. So anyway, yeah, it would be interesting to look into some of the acoustic properties of bees, the bee noise. It's pretty fascinating stuff. Yeah.
I actually took some slow motion video of bees recently, which didn't make it into this one, but maybe another movie sometime.
Yeah.
And the acoustics of that are pretty amazing and unusual, or just odd. The noises that come out when you slow down.
Interesting.
Bees buzzing, and there's some birds chirping in the background. Just other natural sounds. It's pretty interesting. I'd never noticed that before or done that.
That's so cool. Yeah. Filmmaking, interesting process. It messes with time and space. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Colin. Thanks for making a minute movie.
Yeah, thank you.
After all these years of me telling you what the theme is.
Yeah, the first one. I've been in some, and I've influenced others, I know.
And now you've filmed and directed your own.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, thanks, everyone.
All right.
The first one you were in was Cycle.
Yeah.
Avid cyclist.
Cycle. All right. Bye.
Bye. Good to see you. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Good. Cool set of films. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Well, shall we watch them all through?
Yeah.
And then
spin that wheel of Minute Movies magic.
Spin the wheel of Minute Movies magic. Oh, and Tom, I don't know if you saw my message. The 2 files that you uploaded are the same file format that I can't use. I don't know if you can try again while we're watching through everything. Or if not, if you get them up by next month, then we can add it to the screening next month. All right. Here we go for, let me just make sure it's all queued up properly. Okie dokie. Here we go.
Xxxxx out. Did you throw those wind pants on like the moment you touched down yesterday?
Extremely crucial. Not for sale, Warren. They're not available.
How many times are you going to go to the wash house? Maybe 7?
7 to 15. Very important. Like I might like find a fork that needs to be washed.
You know if those guys are able to find the cables? I think there are power cables for which they were searching.
We have a lot of cables. We have to be much more specific.
They were saying that one of their gaming consoles was running out of juice.
So a year ago we did not have power. So I think I was starting the car and letting them sit in the car.
I remember that. There wasn't an actual power jack at the campsite.
Yeah. The advantage of that is it's silent and it's half empty.
What happened?
It was all my fault.
That's it? It's just your fault?
I thought you didn't like excuses.
Excuses, no. But when you screw up, it's my job to make sure you don't do it again.
It won't happen again.
I'm afraid you're right. It won't happen again.
Sounds ominous.
I've always considered you to be a friend, Fletcher. Don't think this was easy for me. You were complaining about the coffee earlier. There's only so much even coffee can do to hide a lethal dose of cyanide. Don't be vengeful, Fletcher. It's an ugly trait.
This had best be particularly good. What's this? What am I supposed to do with this?
That's a list of our operatives that have been killed in the last hour.
This is like 15 people. What the hell happened?
Fletcher happened. And what's worse is he managed to get a call out. Witnesses said they heard him say one word and destroyed the phone. Rosebud.
Do we have any idea what Rosebud means?
We have a guess and it's not good. We believe it's a reference to the movie Citizen Kane. Something about what the character says right before he dies. Our assumption is Fletcher had arranged to have damning evidence released against the organization in the event of his death.
And where is Fletcher now? Or do you people know?
He's dead. He succumbed to the cyanide.
That's impossible. There was no cyanide. It's just a mild throat irritant in his coffee. It's just a loyalty test.
Well, I suppose he failed that.
In January of 2022, I decided to get off my COVID lockdown butt and start walking. And as I walked, I looked around, and I also looked down. And the more I looked down along the roads, the more butts I saw. So I decided to do an informal survey of a third of a mile stretch of Vashon Highway with salad tongs, a Ziploc bag, and a camera. The more butts I found, the more concerned I became about the potential for wildfire with our tender, dry summers and falls. And as I read about butt litter, I soon learned that fire is just one concern. Worldwide, 6 trillion cigarettes are produced every year, and an estimated 4.5 trillion end up somewhere in the waste stream. Someday, my butt search will hopefully be futile. Remember, nobody wants to see your butt.
Bobby did it, did it, and last the skies.
Hello?
You're late.
Hey, what's the last digits? Hurry, my phone is about to die.
What are you talking about?
Hello?
Okay, where is my script? Not there. Nope. 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 Where did I put it? Time to go track it down. Is that it? Oh, no, it's not. Well, doesn't look like it's out there. Time to go start again. It was a dark and stormy night. It'll work.
Ooh. Look at these beauties. The golden oyster. And that is truly a golden oyster.
Yay.
Yay.
Searching for the best of the bunch. Yeah. I always wonder what the bees think. It's like, wait, we just built what do you? Oh man, It took so much of our effort to do that. Jeez.
We just made that.
We just made that. Yeah, we have to get going again. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I love that film. That's really cool. So, are we ready?
Oh.
I just added a couple more words to the skateboard.
Alrighty.
The free Ballard. Yeah. The infamous skateboard. Wheel of Magic Minute Movie. Word of the month. Here we go. Oh, long one.
It's a good spin.
That was a good spin.
Cool.
Nice,
cool.
Nice, cool spin for the coming summer months. Yeah. Happy summer, everybody. Hope you stay cool.
Cool.
It's gonna be a hot one. Yeah. Cool. Got to get my dark glasses for this one.
Stay cool.
Cool beans. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool by the pool. So I guess Tom's film will work for next month too, huh?
Yeah, staying cool by the pool.
Cool by the pool. Yeah. That'll be good. All right.
All right.
All righty. Well, sorry I was late and you had to struggle through all the technology by yourself.
All the clunky transitions where you watch me switch windows around on my one screen.
It's all real. It's good. Yeah.
It's all cool, man.
It's all cool, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next month.
Yeah. See you next month.
Cool.
Cool.